Ananias and Sapphira. In the early days of the church, believers shared everything they had. Those who owned land or houses sold them and gave the money to the apostles, who distributed it to those in need. Everyone was united in faith, and no one lacked anything. Among them was a couple, Ananias and Sapphira. They saw others selling their land and giving all the money to the church. Wanting to appear just as generous, they sold a piece of property. However, they secretly kept part of the money for themselves while pretending to give the full amount. Ananias came first, laying the money at the apostles' feet. But Peter, filled with the Holy Spirit, saw through the deception. "Ananias, why has Satan filled your heart to lie to the Holy Spirit and keep back part of the price of the land? Was it not your own before you sold it? And after you sold it, was it not in your control? Why have you lied not to men but to God?" At these words, Ananias fell dead on the spot. Fear gripped everyone who heard about it. Young men came, wrapped his body, and carried him out to be buried. 3 hours later, Sapphira arrived, unaware of what had happened. Peter asked her, "Tell me, is this the price you and Ananias received for the land?" "Yes," she answered, repeating the lie. Peter shook his head. "How could you agree to test the Spirit of the Lord? Look, the feet of those who buried your husband are at the door, and they will carry you out also." At that moment, she fell down dead. The same young men came in, found her lifeless, and buried her beside her husband. Great fear seized the whole church and all who heard about these events. Through this, the believers learned that God sees the heart, and deceit has no place among his people.